guys, how are you? For those of you who don't know me, just kind of found me in that lineup. My name is liedyMc. I'm 71 years old. I have a lifestyle channel. Let's talk about anything and everything I remember from way back when and everything that's happening to me now. Thank you for being here. All my regular subscribers, hi guys, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, I got through the week. How did you guys do? Thanksgiving weekend, well, started on Wednesday night, didn't it? Like Thursday. I hope it was really, really good. I miss not having a U.S. Thanksgiving. As you know, I'm in Canada, so we had ours in October. But Bill and I were snowbirds for 20 years, so we did the turkey in October, the turkey in November, and yes, then we'd fly home for Christmas and we do turkey again. So I can't wait to hear how those of you that said, Liedy, right after Thanksgiving, I'm going to start this intermittent fasting. So I can't wait to hear it. I hope it was a good one. I hope you really enjoyed your time with family and friends and everybody stayed safe and that nobody laid on the couch or sofa, whatever you want to call it, with that horrendous bellyache saying, oh, I wish I hadn't eaten so much. Been there, done that. Not calling you out. I'm speaking from experience. Okay, so just something well, first of all, most of you know I'm in Vancouver, Canada, British Columbia. And for those of you who may not know, is that our province has been put under a state of emergency. We have had what they call atmospheric rivers, which is to do with the weather, and they are flooding rivers. I'm going to see if I can put a link down below if you want to read about what that is. And we have another huge front coming in on Tuesday. We have lost our farmers, and not far from here, Abbotsford and Chilliwack, have lost livestock, chickens, cattle, calves, pets, their crops, their homes, their barns. Absolutely devastating. So prayers, really good energy would be appreciated. It's horrible. We've got puddles. We've got one of our buildings next door. Mind you, it's been happening for 8 years. They'll maybe get a really actual fix for it one of these days, because they're throwing good money or was it good money after bad money or whatever. Anyway, it's getting ready to flood into the hallways again, which is not a good thing. It's very expensive. And of course, where we live, we actually live in a floodplain, so we're very aware of what could happen, but it looks like we're going to be fine. We were fine last time. So we will see. A lot of our highways, main arteries into Vancouver were shut down, and some of them, a couple had opened, now they're closed again. So of course that affects the trucks getting food and supplies to us and to them. It's a mess. Anyway, so where is British Columbia? Just in case you don't know, British Columbia is right above the state of Washington. So state of Washington, and then we've got British Columbia. Bill and I are about an hour from the border, depending on traffic. We're about 2 hours from Seattle, depending on who's driving. So that is where British Columbia is in the map. Okay, so then what else happened? I broke a toe this week. I thought I'd broken 2, but no, I only broke 1. And then the second one, I think I injured quite badly. Look, I even took a picture for you guys. So that was not so much fun. I did that on Wednesday, and it's really healing well. So I'm okay. I'll be fine. Big owie, getting better. So I'm thinking I had a whole bunch of excuses not to stay on my wagon, but I did not fall off. I stayed on my intermittent fasting, but it wasn't just like I wasn't cruising through it. I had a few issues. I know I've got quite a few subscribers that have been intermittent fasting forever. It's how they live their life. It's a lifestyle, and that's what I'm aiming for. So I'm learning to make adjustments and figure it out, because I've started the 16 hours fasting and then the 8 hours. The times that I chose was from 11 o'clock till 7 o'clock. I need to make some changes because we used to eat quite late, and I have a few times I get so busy that I'm not eating at noon. Like all of a sudden I go, oh, I can eat. And I'm doing the later thing, which was always a problem with me anyway, like eating later on. I could go without breakfast and lunch, but then I would like eat from now until midnight. So there was a few times where I kind of went, oh my gosh, I have run out of time and I've not even had a decent meal, where I forgave myself and gave myself that meal at 10 after 7 until I was done, and then called it quits. For me, a big part of this process is to learn it really well, but to forgive myself along the way and just get better at it. Because otherwise, I think this is my personality in some ways, that I would just go, yeah, I'm going to abandon this. I'm not going to do it. So I'm having my coffee. I'm not giving it up. I need my coffee, and Bill needs to live. It's a good thing. So I'm keeping my coffee. I'm going to make some changes. I think I'm going to eat our bigger meals earlier in the day. You know, in Europe, a lot of families, if they're able to do it, will eat their bigger meals far earlier in the day. So I'm going to start doing that for Bill and I. Have our bigger meal maybe around 1 o'clock, and then have lighter snacks at the end of the day. Those are the changes that I'm looking at changing. You pros out there, got any tips, got any advice on what I and maybe some of the other gals have experienced that? Like, I don't know how everybody else's week went in this journey. How do I feel? Well, I thought this week was going to be a total bummer because I got on the scale and I lost 8 ounces. I was kind of bummed. But, I mean, not eating for 16 hours, I thought, whoa, this stuff is going to drop off me. Well, that didn't happen, 8 ounces. But I lost an inch off my waist. So that I was really excited about. And you know what? It's all going in the right direction. Even if you didn't lose any weight, you didn't gain any. So let's go for a little bit of a bigger goal next time. But you know what? Like I say, I'm eating whatever I normally would eat in that 8 hours. I'm not giving that up. I'm not vegan. I love a really nice little steak sometimes. Not often, maybe once a month. But my fish, my poultry. So I'm going to keep doing what I do during my 8 hours. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to tell you this in a really ladylike way. What I have noticed big time is that my bathroom habits have really changed. And for the better, I'm thinking, but I was kind of shocked. I went, oh my goodness. So all I'm thinking about is that for the first time in many, many years, fasting for the 16 hours, my body's getting a chance to get rid of all the toxic stuff and the things that maybe it never ever gets a chance to get rid of because I'm always putting something in my face. So I'm thinking that's really positive. I'm drinking about 40 ounces of water a day. I've always, not always, but I've been pretty good about my water for a long time, because it's good for everybody, but it's really good for us as we age. I mean, I'm 71 years old. I need all the help I can get. I feel like I have more energy, even with broken toes. Yeah, I'm feeling really good about this. Is it challenging? Yes. Is there things I have to figure out? Yes. I'm going to need help with this. Now, I think Lisa from, you guys know I always talk about Lisa from Peaches. She talked about this just in one of her videos where her and Kent had gone out for dinner. And so, like, is that just like, it's forgiven? you know, you can do that, or do you change your hours? So I got to learn about that stuff, and I will start learning it and reading more about it. Right now, my focus for me is 16 hours, 8 hours. 16 hours, 8 hours. Is there flexibility in that? That I have to learn. So you guys, for those of you, I'm looking at the time, I'm going to go like this. For those of you who said you were going to jump on board, let me know if you're jumping on board. I'm going to do a hashtag. Did I tell you about the hashtag? Okay, I'm putting the hashtag on all of my videos. That's liedyMc intermittent fasting. And if you shoot a video about intermittent fasting, I hope you use that hashtag so that it can be all in the same place, whether you're starting and you're doing a video about it, or if you're a pro and you have some advice for us, use it so we can all see that in the same place. That'd be awesome. I'll put that hashtag down below. Okay, so I had a question from one of my subscribers. She's absolutely lovely. I don't know if, I'm sure some of you subscribe to her. Her name's Red, and her channel is Red December 02. She is the sweetest, kindest soul you're ever going to meet. She's got her fur babies. She just finished building a little studio in her house for dancing. She's a ballerina. She was just in a video. Anyway, she's wonderful. You guys check her out. I'll put her link down below. But she had a question. She said, Liedy, what's your face yoga exercise routine? What is it? And I kind of had to laugh, and I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to share this with her? Thanks for asking, Red, because it's funny enough, my daughter, my youngest daughter, we were talking about my neck cream, but then she also said, you know, Mom, your neck's pretty good, you know, I mean, you're 71 years old. I mean, really, you know, and I said, yeah. And I said, well, you know, it's probably because I'm more attentive about it now than I ever have been, because I've been on my Peaches skincare journey, and I've been paying more attention to doing my face yoga. But I'm not a newbie to face yoga. I've known about it for a long time, and I've done it intermittently for a long time. Well, how on earth at 71, when did I find out about it? Well, let me show you guys. Do you guys remember, well, some of you will remember the, what was it called back then? It was called, oh, it doesn't even say what it is. It's the resistance bar. Do you remember this from Greer Childers? And back in the day, and I have two of them. I couldn't believe it. One with an 8-track, I think it was, and the other one with a CD. So obviously I'd stored one away, and then I got interested again. And it was the Body Flex. And that's when I learned, it was through her that I learned about building muscle and doing resistance training. And I was so impressed with it because there was just less chance of injuring yourself. So anyways, I have two of those. And I think one I got in the late 80s and one in the 90s. But not only was she paying attention to that, you also got her face exerciser program. And I think in the DVD, she did the face yoga with you. I don't think it was on the 8-track. That's a while ago. But anyway, Red, this is when I started doing my face exercises. So that is quite a while ago. The only thing I need to tell you, hang on, I feel like I'm falling off my chair. The only thing I have to tell you, back in the 80s, I was a young mom. Well, in the 90s, I was still a young mom too, and I'm an older mom. But I can remember, you know, when you've got all these balls out in the air and life is going on, and I mean, I'm even that way now. It's so hard for me to say, okay, so I'm just going to take 15 minutes and do my face exercises. You know what? It's just my personality. I really have a hard time putting all these little boxes in my life on when I'm supposed to do it. I do kind of just wing things sometimes. So for my chin exercises, like here in the jowls, I will normally, I know this is going to blow you away, but I will do a whole video on it for you. And maybe in the locations where I do it. When I do my face exercises in here, I will normally do these in the shower. because when I'm in my shower and I'm using all my wonderful Peaches products and I'm sitting down, I will do this. And then of course I'm doing my neck. So this is one I like to do when I'm in the shower because it just works for me. The other way, and I don't know where I saw it years ago, when I wash my face, I've got all this stuff on my face. I will do this as well. I have always done this. I never knew these were 11s. I just knew I had those kind of wrinkles there, and I would hold my hand there and then I would slide like that. I do that about, I don't know, 10 times while I've got my face cleanser on my face. So that makes it really easy for me, and that's what I do. I do that one there. I don't do all my exercises together. I do them at different times. Now, this one I love to do when I'm driving. Now, I can't do it to the full extent, but I will do the smaller ones of I do that one when I'm driving. And that's what I used to do when my kids were little, because I could get 3 things done at the same time, right? Discipline my kids, tell them to sit down, watch where I'm going, and do my... And you know what? You know you're doing them right when I always love it. You can feel the muscles. You know how when you go weight training or something like that, you get the sore muscles the next day? The same thing happens in your neck. So then you'll know you're doing the exercises. The other time that I do them, these ones here, is when I'm watching TV, when a commercial comes on, because then, I can tip my head and I can do my eyes ones as well, right? And these, you know what? I've started back to doing my eye exercises, yoga. I've been away from it. I really have hooded eyes, and it's made such a difference. This was dropping right over where I thought I was going to have to go and have surgery. And I know girls that have had surgery and their eyes are drooping again anyway. And so this has made a huge difference. And so I will just normally do that. Well, there's a commercial on. I know what I'm doing. I don't need a mirror to do it. So I'll hold like this and put my eyes back. And do it so you feel that you can feel the resistance in your fingers. It's almost like little muscles. So I do that. So I do those two when I'm watching TV. And then when I go to bed at night, I always have that. Either I try not to, but I do. I turn on the TV and watch the news. That's where I like to watch the news. And that is where I will do the oil. I do my neck. I do my face. And then I get Lisa's wonderful face oil and I put it on. And that is when I will massage and get lots and lots of blood to the surface. And I use my roller a lot, and when I'm in bed, I love it in the evenings. Anyway, I will do a whole video on it, Red. See how nice and red, so the blood's coming to the surface, and that's what we need, whether you're 40 years old, 50 years old, 60, 70, right? Bring it to the surface. Do you know what I have found is if I have some fun with this, anything in my life, whether it be facial yoga or intermittent fasting, I love humor and I love some fun. So I never take the things that I need to take really, really serious, like in my business life or something like that, I will do that. But when I'm making changes or things are happening, have some humor, laugh. We have to laugh at ourselves. We have to forgive ourselves and say, yeah, tomorrow I'll do better. That didn't work. And I'm going to tell you, when you do facial exercises in the car and people see you, they move over. Like all of a sudden you become queen of the road because they go, what is wrong with that woman? And they move. So there you go. Red, I will do a more like just a whole little video on the face exercises that I do, but that's when I started. I'll put Lisa's channel down below because she's the one that got me on track to be more committed to it. So, and it really does make a difference. I have to tell you, if I don't do face exercises for a week or more, my jowls will start to drop again, like real quick. So it's one of those things, like when you going to the gym or whatever, you stop doing it, reality takes over real quick. So anyway, you guys, that is it. Oh, another quick note for those of you who subscribe to Mona, About Face with Mona, you know that she was off air for almost 2 months, that she lives in the bayou, and they were devastated, as you know, with the hurricanes, and she's back. So I know she's making the rounds and trying to visit all of us, but if she hasn't got to you yet, go and visit her and tell her that Liedy told us you were back, and yeah, so go visit her. With no further ado, you guys, let's have a really great week. And like I say, just do it. You can do it. You're going to feel so good. I feel great, even with 8 ounces and an inch. What's an inch? Well, it's 1 inch less off my waist and that much closer to another pair of pants fitting me. Love you guys. See you later. Bye.